Japonica is an independent florist in Blackburn providing creative floral and plant displays to corporate clients and private retail customers. As a business dependent on nature, they are very conscious of the negative impact their activities have on the environment, and they believe that it's their responsibility to recognize and reduce those impacts. In support of their environmental commitment, they've implemented an environmental policy which details their aims and objectives and is then communicated to their employees and monitored constantly. They have significantly reduced the volume of waste which would otherwise go into landfill by several activities, such as reusing parts of floral displays and recycling card, paper, plastic and cellophane. They've reduced the volume of mains water used by reusing display water and harvesting rainwater for cleaning activities. They've also reduced the amount of energy used by vigilantly monitoring their needs throughout the day and turning off lighting, heating and equipment when not required. To reduce transportation costs, they use local suppliers, walk to local deliveries and pay close attention to delivery routes and sequences. Japonica continue to look for ways to reduce their environmental impact, and the cost savings they make are reinvested to allow the business to grow. Parkinson Signs was founded in 1946 with the sole purpose of lighting up Blackburn. The company is a family-run business which is now in its third generation and has strong ties with the brewery trade, as well as recently diversifying into other areas. Parkinson Signs are committed to reducing waste, energy and maximizing the recycling of materials, resulting in reduced environmental impact and business costs with savings passed on to their customer base. Waste reduction has been achieved through the recycling and refurbishing of unwanted lighting and signs from public houses and restaurants. The signs are renovated, changed in color and image, helping customers to cut costs and waste. To date, Parkinson Signs have reduced landfill waste by 2 to 3 tons per month, a saving of around £3,000 per year. This has resulted in a 40% reduction in signage costs per outlet, a potential saving to the brewery trade of nearly £100,000 per year. Resource efficiency audits have highlighted several possibilities for future changes, including a 33% reduction in lighting costs. Environmental consultancy GS Facilities from Blackburn have been working in partnership with Aircel to increase recycling and reduce their environmental impact. Burnley-based Aircel is responsible for the design, engineering and production of aircraft structures and is the town's largest private sector employer with nearly 800 employees. The implementation of a new environmental management system, concentrating on the segregation of metal waste and recycling materials to remove them completely from the waste stream, including pure nylon and polyester, has dramatically increased recycling from 46% to 86% in the 17 months since the project started. Such projects have allowed for the creation of 2 full-time posts as recycling operatives and have also increased financial return on recycled products, reducing costs by around 19%. The future looks bright for Aircel. Trials with carbon fibre waste arising from the site have indicated that this material can also be recycled and could potentially increase the recycling percentage of Aircel to 97%. BAE Systems is a global company engaged in the development, delivery and support of advanced defence, security and aerospace systems in the air, on land and at sea. Samsbury will shortly see around 100,000 square metres of new manufacturing and technical facilities, transforming the site into the UK's largest manufacturing centre. As part of the planning permission approval, BAE had to recreate areas of natural habitat, including 2 new ponds. This ensured that resident wildlife species were protected. The first phase, which incorporates many sustainable features, is now complete. The buildings have low energy, low maintenance features with a high-tech energy management system and rainwater harvesting. Multi-service beams provide energy-efficient heating, lighting and cooling to the offices. The fabric of the building has been designed to make use of cooler nighttime air, reducing daytime energy demand. The building is heated with renewable energy provided by a biomass boiler, utilizing locally sourced wood pellets. Another energy-efficient feature is the lighting, which includes a comprehensive lighting control system to ensure it is controlled appropriately for occupancy, whilst also making use of natural light entry through the glazing. Class of Your Own Limited was formed by Sabden-based land surveyor Alison Watson and architect Dan Gibson to provide secondary school students with a series of workshops, introducing them to the roles and responsibilities of an environmentally friendly design company. They thought a great way to combine construction, enterprise and sustainability by getting students to create their own independent sustainable classroom and wildlife landscape to address the issue of carbon emissions and environmental impact in schools and communities. A team from each year group was selected as a winner, with the ultimate prize of constructing the project for real. With the guidance of Class of Your Own, the winning 30 students went on to form their own company, Roots, and attended intensive surveying, architecture and landscaping sessions discussing design criteria linked to carbon emissions and the environmental impact of a building. The local community is central to the development of the project. Class of Your Own's objective is to employ local subcontractors to build and maintain the facility, enable training in the installation of renewable technologies, and therefore opportunities for regional training suppliers. The inclusion of college construction students can also lead to the possibility of permanent apprenticeships and job offers. Recycling Lives Limited is an organisation comprising of a metal and waste recycling business that runs alongside a charity. The new Recycling Lives Centre, based in Preston, is built on a brownfield site and is almost entirely built from recycled materials. The centre provides rehabilitation in the form of accommodation, employment, training and education for people who have little employment prospects and are vulnerable to the vicious cycle of prison and reoffending. Employment is given to the residents by the Recycling Lives commercial wing or one of the company's corporate partners, and the charity is then paid for the residents' work, contributing to the long-term sustainability of the charity. One of the commercial wing's recent projects was the production of internal and external construction tiles from unwanted computer monitors and flat-screen TVs, demonstrating the company's commitment to building for the future with materials from the past. The top floor of their new centre is home to 19 business incubator units, which offer local startup businesses low-rent office space, along with discounted rates for environmental and recycling companies and for those who employ a Recycling Lives resident. The regeneration of this site within Deepdale is starting to pump life into the community, proving that, despite the economic downturn, Recycling Lives continue to underline their commitment to Preston and Lancashire as a whole. The Eric Wright Group can trace its roots to the original construction company founded in Fleetwood in 1923. The group's fundamental philosophy is to operate a property and construction business, providing secure long-term job opportunities for its staff, and to establish durable relationships with clients, suppliers and subcontractors, whilst returning a portion of its profits to the community by way of support for local charities and deserving causes. As evidence of its commitment to its charitable aims, the Eric Wright Trust owns and operates an outdoor adventure centre in Cumbria that provides subsidised facilities for the young and underprivileged. It has also played a major part in the setting up of a vocational learning centre in Leyland, which provides training in construction-related trades to 14 to 16-year-old students in the South Ribble and Chorley areas as part of their GCSE programme. Wright Construction carried out the building of an on-site private nursery, which opened in July 1996. The nursery was initially set up for the company employees of the Wright Group, but now caters for children both within and outside the company. The nursery has received excellent reports from both Ofsted and social services, and also holds the Investors in People accreditation. Sandcastle Water Park is one of Blackpool's leading tourist attractions and the UK's largest indoor water park. They currently attract over 300,000 guests per year and consequently use large quantities of energy to maintain their tropical 84-degree temperature throughout. With this in mind, Sandcastle has made a commitment to reduce energy consumption through a variety of initiatives. The company have utilized new technology to create a liquid pool cover that prevents the evaporation of pool water. Water wastage has also been reduced through minimum running water levels and water recycling within the park itself. Metering and surveillance systems are now in place for energy and water consumption monitoring. New energy-efficient lighting systems have reduced electricity costs, along with the introduction of inverters on motors. As a result of all these carbon management initiatives, Sandcastle Water Park have achieved 16% savings in electricity and 15% savings in gas consumption, resulting in a CO2 reduction of 333 tonnes per year and annual cost savings of £122,000. Clitheroe-based Ultraframe are acknowledged as the world leader in the design and manufacture of conservatory roofing systems. The company established an annual carbon footprint metric back in 2007, with the use of retrospective information dating back to 2005. They now monitor and report internally on 4 main areas of scope: natural gas, electricity, diesel, and general waste. Since the start of their greenhouse gas monitoring, Ultraframe have implemented a number of projects to reduce natural gas usage, including replacing inefficient floor standing heaters with localized ceiling-mounted radiant tube heaters, leading to their current achievement of a 23% decrease in CO2 emissions. Other projects include replacing pool cars with more efficient diesel versions, contributing to a 20% decrease in greenhouse gases, and the heavy goods vehicle distribution fleet has been reduced thanks to more efficient use of the load space. Over the past 18 months, various waste initiatives, including better segregation of scrap and waste, increased staff awareness, and the introduction of glass recycling, have enabled Ultraframe to reduce their waste to landfill by 14.7 tonnes, saving approximately £12,700 per annum. ProMatt UK is a subsidiary of ProMatt International, part of the global ETEX group. They are a market leader in passive fire protection and high-temperature insulation. In December 2008, ProMatt undertook a review of the risks posed by climate change to the Blackburn site. As a result, they recognized that the greatest risks were floods, increases in temperatures and high winds. They've implemented a number of measures to ensure that they adapt to these changes. ProMatt have protected areas on site that are at particular risk of flooding. As the majority of machinery has been placed within pits to ensure it's at an operable height, submersible pumps have been located to all areas to reduce the risk of damage in the case of a flood emergency. The company has also implemented a procedure that uses spill kit materials to prevent water from entering the machine pits should flooding occur. As a result of their climate change audit, ProMatt have realized these threats could open up new opportunities. The predicted risk in global temperatures and instances of extreme heat leading to increased fires could create extra demand for the fire protection boards that are manufactured at the Blackburn site.